Tell me about a personal goal of yours.
Well, a personal goal of mine is to be really fit. I would like to be able to see my six pack, to see my abs without the need to flex my muscles. And this is something that I achieved in the past, and this is something that I'm trying to achieve right now.
Do you have a lot of personal goals?
I would not say that I have a lot of them, but I would say that I have a few big personal goals. For example, I would like to retire early. I would like to retire in my 30s, and I plan to achieve that by working really hard. And also, another goal of mine is to write a book.
Have you achieved any personal goals?
Well, I was fit in the past, but sadly, I wasn't able to maintain it, and I plan to rectify that soon. Another personal goal was to be an independent person. Basically, to have my own salary, to depend on my own ability. And this is something that I have achieved. I'm somebody who has my own business and I earn enough money from it. Now, I hope that I will also start earning much more than I earn right now.
Do you have friends who are motivated to achieve great things in life?
Sadly, I have only a few friends that are motivated to achieve great things. I have this one friend who really wants to earn a lot of money so that he could travel, and he's on the track to do that. And I have one friend for whom you could say for him that he achieved great things in life. He's somebody who has a really great job. He's somebody who had a lot of obstacles in life. But despite those obstacles, he was able to get to a point where he has a lot of money and where he can do whatever he wants. And I am really proud of this friend. But sadly, besides the two of them, I don't have any other friends who are trying to achieve great things.
How do you motivate yourself to do something that's difficult?
Well, here what I do is that I try to look ahead. I try to focus on the thing that I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to focus on my goal, and that gives me the motivation to do the things that are challenging, the steps that I need to take in order to achieve my goal. You will have 60 seconds to prepare, and then you will speak for between 60 to 120 seconds. Start speaking now. The last time I saw a wild animal was when I was walking down the main street in Berlin. The street was cutting through the largest park in the city, and up to that point, I didn't know that wildlife lived in that huge city park. And while I was walking at night down this main street, I saw a fox. I saw a really small fox. Now, I wasn't at all scared or startled, but I was amazed when I saw it because I couldn't believe that I was seeing a fox in the middle of Berlin. I don't know what this animal was doing. I guess it was looking for prey. I mean, it was late at night and it was probably hunting. It was probably trying to find some rodent, some small rodent or whatnot. But when it saw me, it immediately ran in the opposite direction.
What are the challenges that the wildlife face in our modern world?
I would say that with the rapid industrialization and with the deforestation, the wildlife is faced with the fact that its natural habitat is shrinking, and it's shrinking constantly and it's shrinking fast. And I think that's the biggest challenge that the wildlife is facing nowadays.
Do you think humans can reverse the damage they've done to wildlife?
I think that we can definitely do that if we put in the effort. Now, whether we are going to do that, that's an entirely different question. But to be honest, I think that a future where we reverse the damage is definitely possible, and we really could see it. So, I mean, I say this because I don't want to be too negative, but I also do believe that we could really come to our senses and that we can, do something to reverse the negative impact that we have had on these animals.
What do we need to do in order to let wildlife flourish?
Simply put, we need to learn how to live with it. Basically, the big problem is that we've created urban environments that only suit us. We haven't allowed enough of the green surfaces. We haven't allowed uh, the forests to stay intact. We could have built around forests or with forests. Instead of that, we decided to cut them down in order to put our pavements, to erect our buildings. But we could have built buildings that don't disturb the wildlife, or that basically cohabitates with wildlife. So this is something that we need to do. I think we need to build these buildings that can stand next to natural habitats.
Do you think humans are capable of putting nature before their own comfort and the technological progress of society?
I think that we are definitely capable of doing that. Now, the problem is not if we are capable of doing it, but the problem is if we are willing to do it. Now, if we are capable of going against our will, now there I would say that that's difficult. It's difficult to do that. It's difficult for us to go against our comfort. I think that we just want more comfort and that we are not willing to negotiate on that.
Do you think tourism can play a role in protecting wildlife?
Yes, I think that it definitely can play a role. I mean, if we have tourists that are respectful and that pay a lot of money to see these wild animals, then I think that the money earned from such tourism can definitely be put to good use.